good faith efforts to legalize racing, two options here. That they're either presently conducting pre-opening simulcasting, or they've demonstrated the conduct of simulcast live racing is imminent. And then there's a list of factors that can be considered, such as sufficient financial commitments, securing the real property, entering into contracts for construction, securing commission approval of the construction plan, securing permits and utilities, beginning and sustaining construction of the facilities, and providing to the commission a construction and operations management schedule. And the third option is the account.
I'd just like to point out that we have demonstrated good faith there. I was involved when the commission adopted those rules, and there was a big discussion about what is good faith effort. We have done them. We put up a simulcast facility, we spent a lot of money, it didn't work. We came to you guys and asked for an extension, you voted us down. We've spent a ton of money on our license and our license fees. Our effort has been there, and it has been in good faith. And I don't know any other license that's done what we've done. And so we are demonstrating a good faith effort. And all we're asking you guys to do today is you do not have to take any action. You have, within 4 months, you're supposed to hear it. We're just saying, please don't take any action, leave us active of it today.
I appreciate the fact that you have, out of all the tracks, you have made an effort.
We're still making an effort.
And I realize that.
And that's what the rule says, that's it.
Can you give us some sort of a time frame, Mr. Alexander?
For what?
That your situation may improve, that you may have the investors come in, that you may be able to start construction on a track or a relocation of where you would have your neutral bay at a future track location.
No, if you tell us, give us some time, we can come up with a time frame. I think we've delivered that to you once before, and it just economically just is impossible. And the commission, thank you for one of your responsibilities of jobs, and I know you know your job better than I do, is to help the racing industry and help the racetrack. And these are tremendous burdens, these license fees that we have, and all of us are just trying to make the fees when we're inactive. Paying $230,000 a year for oversight is very difficult. We're just trying to overcome the fees, trying to keep our license alive.
I understand that, but you have been running simulcast for the last 2 years also.
It didn't. That didn't help. We didn't make any money. We haven't audited financial statements. If y'all have not seen them, try to Mr. Finner look at it.
I think the purpose of that inactive role, inactive license designation was to acknowledge that some racetracks, may have setbacks, or they may just be slow getting up to speed for whatever reason, and that if they're kind of in that phase where things are very ambiguous and they're doing reorganizations and that type of thing, that is the time when the commission wants to be involved, keeping a pretty close look at what's going on to try to nurture the license to get up to a more advanced state. And so what I'm hearing from you is that I've had good faith efforts. You definitely did meet the definition of active other. You were willing to change your designation. You did meet the criteria. You did the simulcasting as long as you could. But it didn't go as you expected, and so now there's been a setback, and now that's kind of requiring you to kind of rethink your licensing strategy. And that's the kind of situation that the rule envisions as being a situation where the commission would want to be involved in that. That's why there are those annual reviews. And, to let a license that is sort of this much, this in flux, kind of go basically unsupervised for 5 years, that is really not what that Sunset Commission and the legislature entailed. And so I think there's a concern that there's a duty to
as I understand it now, Mr. Fenner, we have potentially three actions. One would be a motion to change the designation of Salzburg license to active other to inactive. The second would be a motion to leave the designation of Salzburg Parks license as active other. And I guess it would be a third, which would be to table this till the next meeting to give Saddlebrook the opportunity, Mr. Alexander, which is requesting, an opportunity to be able to come back with us, to us and tell us, I mean, if he realizes now that we're going to take action. I think the commission is definitely going to take action. So I believe those are the three options. Is that correct?
I think that we all have an option.
I would make a motion to table it for a couple of months and give them an opportunity to come back to us with some type of plan. As tough as it is to get investors these days and that sort of thing, as tough as the racing business is right now, I make a motion to give them at least till the next meeting.
What about if the next meeting I have?
Yes, that's pretty much the solution.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll second that.
All those in favor of tabling this until the next meeting? So we would be tabling the review of the license designation of Saddlebrook as required under the commission. We'd be tabling this for approximately 60 days until the next meeting. And that would all those in favor? Any opposed? Mrs. Connell has a no vote, the rest of the motion does carry. This will be tabled for 60 days. And Mr. Alexander, we want to work with you, but you need to come up with something to help us here. I fit in this designation somehow, with investors or whatever. And also, if you're aware of it, which you know, you don't have to erase things. Thank you. And of course, any help we can give, please was out of. They have definitely shown serious intent in the past couple of years. They've worked very hard to have some work with them. That's good. Review of license designation for Valle de los Torres as required under Commission Rule 3095. Mr. Fenner?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, this is a very similar discussion with Park. The 6 days that got it, storm was ended was in November 21 through 23rd and November 28th through 30th, 2014. We did not run those race dates, and therefore this is your opportunity to review the license designation. Please, Mr. Moses, for review.
As far as this question for you, does the track have a race date scheduled at this point in time?
No, sir.
Mr. Maltz?
Bill Maltz.
Excuse me, before you get started, does anybody have any questions for Mr. Fenner before we have Mr. Maltz? Go ahead, Mr. Maltz. Sorry.
I'm going to keep this real short, so give you a status report. I believe we understand where the commission comes from with regard to active versus inactive. We are not requesting a delay. An action stays fine, we'll be taken. And the bottom line is, while we request that it be remain unchanged, we do understand what the commission is saying, and we do have plans going forward, which I will very briefly be in a minute. But the bottom line is, Chairman Eder is correct that as part of the plans, it would include request for race dates. It could include a request for a redesignation back to active. And so we do understand where the commission is coming from and the statements that have been made here today. As as you know, the plans were all put on hold back during this rulemaking process, but they're back on the track now. There are discussions going on with local officials. We've also had a meeting with staff. There are negotiations going on, so I can't get into a lot of detail here today, and I'm not sure you want to hear them anyway. But there are plans, they are moving forward. We do expect to be back in the relatively near future with a real plan, and if appropriate, request for race dates, and if necessary, request for redesignation. So there are things going on. We are meeting with staff and local officials to get things going. There's a definite plan. So we do understand that we don't have race dates. We did request them, but as part of this plan to request appropriate race dates, we withdrew that request. So we do not have a request in. There's not currently simulcast at the site. And again, while we request that it remain unchanged, we do understand where the commission's coming from. I'll be happy to answer any questions, or Mr. S. Hardy's here to get beyond what I'm going to.
Any questions for Mr. Haynes?
Could you remind me whether y'all had land purchase already or not?
Excuse me?
Do y'all have a land purchase?
Yes. We do have a site along to the other.
Any other questions for Mr. Haynes? Thank you. We have the same situation here. We have a motion to change designation biased of tourist license from active other to inactive. Is there a motion?
We can discuss it. Why don't we do the same thing we do?
Well, I think Mr. Moss is in a different situation than Saddlebrook is as far as, at least that's the way I understand the discussion. They're in a different situation than Saddlebrook, in that their investors are in place. It's a matter of just getting organized, and so it isn't going to affect them one way or the other, whether they're active or active or inactive, excuse me.
And I think my point with Saddlebrook was we say have made an effort and got to the simulcasting part and are still actively trying to get things moving forward, or at least actively.
Well, I think that they do not meet our criteria at this point in time to be active other. They're well aware of the discussion, and it really won't affect them much, as I understand it. It won't affect them one way or the other, whether they're active or active other, but of course it certainly will affect the rules and regulations of the commission as far as how you go forward. It doesn't meet the criteria for trying to have. Any other discussion? Are there any motions to be made? All in favor? Opposed? So, the motion was made to change the designation of tourist license from active other to inactive. And that's passed. Now, Mr. Wallace, you've heard the discussion, and you know that we certainly are willing to listen to your future activity and your progress, and we wish you all the luck in the world. And it sounds like you are moving forward, and I know that from other discussions, and we appreciate that. So we look forward to hearing from you in the future. We like having you come and visit us as students.
It's fun.
Next, allocation of live race dates for Greyhound racetrack under Commission Rule 303.41 for a period beginning January 1, 2015, and ending August 31, 2016. Do we have race dates requested for the regular practice at this time?
Yes, sir.
What are those?
They have requested permission to conduct evening performances on August 24th through August 28th of 2016.
All race day, all Greyhound tracks have?
No, sir, this is for Gulf Coast.
Okay, that doesn't say.
Uh,
Okay, that's, I was a little confused there, you confused the chair. Gulf Coast Racing has requested those particular race days.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any comments? Mr. Fenner?
Only that they are currently conducting pre-opening simulcasts, but we do not have any libraries in the future. If these libraries are not granted, they will have to stop simulcast.
And of course, they're racing also.
They're not conducting.
No, they're not gonna, the next item that we need to take up along with this one is a review of the license designation for Gulf Coast Racing. It was required under Commission Rule 309.51. So this is the same situation we've had on the first two tracks, however, the difference in this one is Greyhound racetracks are requesting race dates at this point in time, and they are in fact, conducting simulcast racing. Is that correct?
Yes. So if the commission grants the libraries, then the limited criteria
Mr. James? Nick James?
Yes, sir.
Did you want to make a comment?
No, I was for it.
Okay. You got two cards in here for it. Sally Briggs?
Good morning, Sally Briggs, I'm Operations Manager for Gulf Coast Racing. And we did have dates in 2014, which we did not run, you are correct. However, we did pay charity days for those 5 days that we added to 40 days. We didn't have 5 days that we didn't have charity. We have requested dates for 2016, 5 days in August. Right now, we're trying to work out some issues about running those live race dates between us and the Greyhound Park. Unfortunately, there are not enough Greyhounds for us to run at both places, so that would mean that we will have an issue running at both Greyhound when we do run the park. In 2014, Gulf Coast Racing bet a little over $769,000 on Greyhounds in Texas at Gulf Greyhound Park, and about $177,000 on horses in Texas. The total handle was $8.1 million for dogs and $4.1 million for horses in 2014, and that's Greyhound and horse tracks across the U.S. The part of that handle that was added to the purse for the kennels at Gulf Greyhound was about $335,000. If Gulf Coast Racing is no more and our kennels at Gulf Greyhound Park lose that money to go to their purses, then that would be very devastating for the kennels at Gulf Greyhound. We also, along with the charities, we paid about around about $950,000 to the state in breakage, taxes, payroll, property taxes, etc., and about $128,000 in utilities in Corpus. Our salaries in 2014 were about $342,000, so we have quite a few employees that contribute to the work. Like I said, we do have issues to work out to run those dates, but we are planning to run them. So, I'll be happy to try to answer any questions.
Your request for rate dates are run through August 31/16. Is the reason why you requested, you have not requested actual specific dates.
We
Or
did-
have you actually?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
To other than that, I think I see.
We have requested 5 dates at the end of August in 2016.
All right. Are you optimistic that those dates can be?
Yes, sir, hopefully if we get all these issues worked out, then we are optimistic that we will be able to.
Gulf Greyhound will be working with Gulf Coast.
Yes, sir, we already are. We already are discussing how we can make this work.
But if any equipment is lacking, Gulf will supply that to assist. And then Gulf would shut down for the days that they race in, probably.
Probably because we won't have enough freight down. We just aren't enough freight anymore to run that process.
Mr. Fenner, I have a question. Do these dates, we say August 24th and 28th, and we approve those dates, can they change those dates?
Yes, sir.
So they could back them up to, say, March,
Yes, sir.
when the snowbirds are in Florence.
Yes, sir. The commission's permission.
They'd have to come before the commission to ask.
Mr. Briggs, could you elaborate on what you said the issues that you need to work out? Is that's mainly the lack of dogs, but are there other? Can you just
There's other
describe what-
issues at the track, yes, sir. There are, that track has not run wide in about 8 or 9 years, so there's no equipment there. And, we just, a lot of issues to work out as far as the kennel buildings and the, mostly we just act, since we are simulcasting, the building is fine. It's just the issue of running wide. The actual track surface, the equipment to keep the track surface in shape, starting boxes, like I said, the kennel buildings.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
The motion, not a motion for live race dates, requesting live race dates for August 24th through 28th by Gulf Coast Racing. That's 2016. Is there a motion? Is there a second? Motion is made by Vicki Weinberg and seconded by Gloria Hicks. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you, motion carries. Proceedings on occupational license, discussion, consideration, possible action on the following matter.
We still need to take action on the license designation. Before you, the two issues, the issue of granting the library space, and do you want to make a change on the designation?
I'm sorry. It's all right. So what? All right, Mr. Fenner, so where are we?
We are considering whether or not, another depth there, whether or not the designation of Gulf Coast Racing's license, which is currently active butter, should remain the same, or whether it should be changed.
Any discussion? Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to get that
The motion has been made. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made by Gary Ebert and seconded by John Steen. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Now, catch up to myself. Proceedings on occupational license, discussion, consideration, possible action in the following. The proposal for decision in SOA, that's Sam Houston. Is that correct? SOAH.
State Office of Administrative Hearings.
State Office of Administrative Hearings, number 476-150437, in re the appeal of Joseph Vodka from Stewart's Ruling, RETA 4811. Rudzinski, please.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, good morning. I'm here to present for final action the case against Chairman Joseph Baca for a methamphetamine positive in the horse Dash for Cash at Sam Houston Race Park on May 3rd of last year. And you may hear methamphetamine and be alarmed, and you'd be right, you are. This is an illegal substance, period. It's illegal in humans, it's illegal in horses, it's illegal to buy, it's illegal to sell. It absolutely has the potential to affect the outcome of the race. In our investigation and in the hearing, it was unclear how it got into the horse. Mr. Baca denied administering it or exposing the horse in any way. His only theory was that perhaps an exercise rider who may have had a drug problem and whom Mr. Baca allowed access to the horse may have been the one to expose it. It's important to note, I think, that he did not actually challenge the positive itself. He didn't challenge the scientific finding of the positive. In any event, the absolute insurer rule holds Mr. Baca responsible, and the stewards found him responsible. Following the penalty guidelines, they ruled that he should be suspended for a year, pay a $10,000 fine, and that the horse should be disqualified when first redistributed. Mr. Baca requested a stay of the suspension and was granted a 6-month stay, which ended on January 24th, so he is currently under suspension. The State Office of Administrative Hearings reviewed the case and agreed with the stewards. So it's before you today for final action. There's a draft order in the materials beginning on page 54, and I have a clean copy here. The order adopts the stewards ruling in full, imposing the 1-year suspension, the fine of $10,000, and disqualifying the horse. So I would ask that you adopt the stewards ruling in full. Mr. Baca is here, and I believe he would like to address you as well.
Are there any questions? I have a question. Could you tell us the procedure that's followed by the stewards?
Yes, the case was initially investigated, of course, by our investigators. TDMDL did the testing. It was then forwarded to the stewards, who sent out a notice of hearing. The licensee at that point can either accept their sort of proposed sanction or can go to the hearing. We did have the hearing. Mr. Baca was represented by counsel at that hearing. Following the hearing, the stewards ruled, as I mentioned, and at that point, the appeal was then filed with the State Office of Administrative Hearings. Does that answer your question?
Yes, exactly. So Mr. Baca was present with his attorney
Yes, sir.
in front of the stewards, and then this appeal was had, and it was confirmed. Is that correct?
Correct.
Confirmed. And now you're before us for the final motion.
Do we know what the particular drug was that they says methamphetamine here?
That's all, I believe the lab report said.
Methamphetamine, okay.
Any other questions? Thank you. Mr. Vodka? Do you have an attorney, Mr. Vodka, or you want to just talk yourself?
Excuse me?
Do you have an attorney, or do you just want to
Well,
speak
the
yourself?
Francis Commissioner here today, so I'm here to fulfill the commission chairman since, I've been training for over 40 years and never had a bad test, and I trained in Houston, born in Houston for 20 years or so. And when this, the third person got to the animal, and I know we have that ruling that we're responsible for the animals at our care.